You are listening to Mountain FM, and thanks for tuning in once again. Amy Fast joining us in studio this morning, the VP of Squamish Days Lager Sports Association. But before all that, of course, this is your hometown, Amy.
Yes, it is.
Squamish is where you grew up. Housetown Secondary, you went to high school there?
Yeah, graduated in 98.
And what is it about this place? I mean, we want to come back. I've lived in the corridor in the past, you know, I've lived in Whistler in the past. Went away, did other things, but I've always wanted to come back. Yeah. Here we are finally. This is just an incredible place, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's, you know, it's the tagline, sea to sky. It's the perfect place to be. You've got the mountains on one side and the ocean on the other, and just, it always feels like home.
Yeah, definitely. And Squamish Days officially start tomorrow, and that's why you're here to talk to us about that. And this is a huge event. We have a lot of things going on. We can't forget about the fact that there's going to be an Olympian doing the AK run on Sunday. We're going to get to that. But first, let's start with what's happening tomorrow. Thursday, the 28th, the Kettle Boil. That's where it all kicks off, Squamish Valley Golf Club.
Yes.
So what's that about? What happens there?
So Kettle Boil it's more of an Eastern kind of event that we've brought out here, and it's really taken off. So teams of two will race to build a small fire and boil a pot of water over. And it's really exciting because people get two matches to start out with. You're nervous. You're trying to get the wood cut in just the right way to get that fire started. And then, you know, wouldn't you know, a gust of wind comes and blows your sparks out.
Yeah.
Got to race for another match. So it's really intense. You kind of see the stress on people's face. They're sweating long before those fires get going.
That starts at 6:30 tomorrow, Squamish Valley Golf Club. That's tomorrow, the Kettle Boil.
Yeah, sponsored by Skyridge Squamish, new sponsor this year.
All right, good. And then Friday. This sounds awesome. And I love that this is happening downtown Squamish. And if you're listening in Whistler and Pemberton, you know, anywhere through the corridor, if you're on the Sunshine Coast, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, this is a lot of fun. The World Champion Chair Carve, downtown Squamish. Tell us about that.
An event that we think is somewhat unique to Squamish, and I know that they're happening more often in more places now. This event features mostly local carvers and some of the competitors that get here early as well, and they'll be carving a variety of chairs and, you know, interesting little sculptures and creations with their chainsaws. And all the carvings are then auctioned off live, and all the proceeds go directly to Big Brothers Big Sisters Sea to Sky, which is a really great organization.
Oh, good.
And once again, Ryan Cook from HGTV's Carver Kings will be there. He is a local boy as well, and he's really taken off in the carving world, and we're really happy that he can make the time to be at Squamish Days every year. And he carves the most beautiful, elaborate benches with bears and owls and things that you can't even imagine can be done with a chainsaw. So it's really great to see.
Awesome. No, we'll look forward to that. The bed races too. That's another fun event that happens downtown. Get yourself a viewing spot there. That happens along Cleveland Avenue, yeah?
Yeah, so it's a two-block obstacle course, and there's some new obstacles this year. I think the course layout was released on our Facebook page if anyone's wanting to get a little upper hand on their race strategy. And of course, costumes are always welcome. I believe there is prizes for both the fastest team and the best costumes.
Are you in the bed races?
I'm not. I usually definitely go down to watch and just take some photos and see what everyone is dressed up like this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Sunday, in the middle of all that, of course, the main events, the Lager Sport shows, they happen. We'll get to that too. But then Sunday, there is an 8K run. Used to be a 10K, down to 8. But that's all right. No worries. You want to make it accessible for everybody. But we have an Olympian, Natasha Wodak, who lives in Surrey, and she's coming up for this. She's going to do the 8K before she goes to Rio.
Yeah, apparently it's a little fine-tuning before she takes off to Rio to compete in the Olympics. So we're really honored and surprised that she's chosen us. So it's just kind of come out this week that she's going to be here. So I know that a lot of people would want to watch her take off and see how she does in the race. So, and how many times would you get to run alongside an Olympian? So
Never.
Now Squamish, this is your chance to run an 8K alongside an Olympian.
Yeah, totally. No, that's terrific. Again, Natasha Wodak will be here for the 8K for Squamish Days. That's on Sunday. If you're just joining us, we're speaking to Amy Fast, who is the VP of Squamish Days Lager Sports Association. So the main event, the Lager Sports shows that happen Saturday at Lager Sports, people come from all over the world. They come from as far away as Australia, New Zealand, Norway. Lots of American competitors too, Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, and Canadian competitors from BC and Alberta. New York too, as far away from eastern U.S. So 23 female competitors. That's great news.
It is the most in Squamish Days history to have that many female competitors. We're really excited by it. We do have the UBC Thunderjacks lumberjack team coming up, and I suspect there's a few ladies in that group, as well as some new ladies that are part of our timber training program here in Squamish that we ran this spring, where you could learn to be a lumberjack or lumberjill in this case, and they'll be taking part in Squamish Days for their first time. We're really excited. We've got lots of local competitors as well. I think over 30 people from Squamish are registered to compete as well. We're really excited by the field of competitors. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, and a CFL All-Star. We have Shea Emery coming for that. That's great.
He's going to be our special guest this year, and he's actually just taken up Lager Sport, so he's part of the UBC Thunderjacks team and has got his own business doing axe throwing leagues as well. So.
Oh, good. No, that's awesome. We're looking forward to this. For all the details, there's also a pancake breakfast you can take part in on Sunday morning. For all the details, there's a website, squamishdays.ca. You're on all social media platforms, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, the major ones. You got Facebook,
Instagram, Twitter. Squamish Days Festival. Yeah.
All right, good. Amy Fast, thank you so much.
Thanks, Darren. We'll see you this weekend.
For sure.